You can lose yourself in it, can't you? I mean, look at flowers, you just in a big rose and just it's just so intoxicating. You just want to climb in there.
Hi, I'm Tilly Wood, and we're doing scent stories today with the artist Chris Levine.
Hi, Tilly.
Hi, Chris. Thank you for letting us come to your amazing gallery.
Oh, pleasure.
And we're very lucky to be here today. And I know you have a studio down in Hampshire. We wanted to ask you really how you get into the creative headspace, because obviously what you do is so inspirational.
Oh, thank you. Because a lot of my work is about, trying to take, the audience to stillness. So I have to get into that state first and find, there's so many things going on sometimes, to get myself tuned in would be, is to get still. And I find it really helpful. I use incense, call me an old hippie.
Yeah.
But I use incense because it's a really good tool to focus on. You put your attention onto the incense and somehow that just quietens you and you can get into, a more, chill, creative headspace.
With these amazing portraits that you did with the Queen, you mentioned earlier that you used fragrance and scent to help you with that. How did that pan out?
I did because I wanted to create a feeling of calm and serenity in the room, and I wanted to use whatever tools I could to take a majesty as I do my sitters generally, and I use some sound frequencies. It's all about energy ultimately, but I used some incense in the room, and I remember. I chose the yellow drawing room. I was given a few rooms at Buckingham Palace where we could shoot the portrait, and this was one with nice natural light, and a lot of her portraits are done there. The first thing I did was black it all out. And so I remember when the Queen came in, and I could literally see her, because there was incense burning in the room. I had these light modulators, and it was a very different. It's like the TARDIS in Doctor Who. There's all this technology around. It wasn't just an easel in the corner, but the sense. Because what I wanted to do in the image is to create a sense of calm in the image. So it is to kind of induce some kind of meditative state. And I was very conscious of her breathing, and so sense is one of those things that just takes you somewhere.
And is that when you get your sort of inspiration as well? Like, because that's when I want to get an idea about what I'm going to do. I'll go into the woods and walk around the woods and just kind of look at the trees and smell smell nature, because I feel like that's when I kind of get ideas. Because I guess I've slowed everything else down.
Yeah, I mean, interesting that you just reminded me just now, and I remember being quite stressed and overwhelmed developing work for it. There's a big show I was doing that, and I thought, and I need some guidance, come. And so I literally went outside and went out into the garden, and the sun came out, and I got it, literally, and that shaped the whole course and direction of the show, because, and it was, you're connected with something that's much bigger, and you've got to get through the noise to do that. And, sunlight, is a, the source. If I think of light and I think of scent, I'm thinking of summer and I'm thinking of heat and I'm thinking of lavender. That some reason there's something about that. I've always something about lavender. I don't know what it is, but probably has a real healing. It's just as a lot of things do that we're only just starting to understand. But you know I just see it all in terms of energy. And a nice beautiful scent is harmonizing with your bioelectric field in some way. I don't know. I did a show. It was 5 to 8 hertz love frequency, and it was out in the countryside in Norfolk, part of Houghton Hall. So you're outside in nature, and to connect with nature and to be experiencing really, it's a sound signal that went through. It's a certain sound signal. It's a basic sacred geometry applied to sound. There's a musical scale called solfeggio, which correlates to the energy systems in the body, and the middle note for the heart chakra is 5 to 8 hertz. And they found out recently that at that frequency, DNA resonates, and it can, you can work with it. And it's, that amazing that, the power of love to heal, and it's just fundamental to how it all works. It's the highest vibration.
I've been seeing your photographs from Stonehenge. They look, I mean, I've only ever been to the outside of Stonehenge, but what did it feel like when you were in there?
To actually go inside the stones, I mean, it felt, sacred ground. And I think with my fascination and what's drawing me to the stones is that actually the stones, I think, are drawing me to them. Actually, I think guided by the earth to do this, and whatever's going to play out with this work I'm going to do at Stonehenge is that it's all about energy. It's all about tuning into the ley lines, to earth energy, cosmic geometry. It's all the invisible aspects of Stonehenge that I'm interested in. And, you know, is to try and tune into that and get an audience's attention tuned into it in a certain way, you know, in a positive with good intention. I mean, I'm no scientist, but I just know that's got to have a good impact on, you know, a really well-being impact for man, really.
Yeah, and if you do some sort of project there, you're right. Your audience that might not know about Stonehenge or know the history, you're kind of taking people there.
You know, civilizations come and go. The current civilization, we've evolved in a certain way, but there are others where, you know, no electricity. All they did was soak in the stars at night and could do things with their minds that we can't imagine.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get there one day, hopefully.
Soon.
Soon. Yeah. We need to hurry up, yeah. Thank you so much, Chris. It's been so interesting. It's so inspiring to hear your sense stories.